Hey everybody, it's Carol Jean and welcome back to my travel vlog. I was in San Francisco for a couple of days, and even though I've been to San Francisco before, I was able to do more on this trip and even check off an item on my bucket list. So definitely continue watching to see what I end up doing for the few days I was there. And also don't forget to subscribe so you can be the first to know when I upload my next vlog. So on the first morning, me and the people I were with decided to walk to Pier 1, which was fairly close for us, but it's about 20-minute drive if you're coming from Japantown. As you can see, the pier has beautiful views of the Bay Bridge, which connects San Francisco to Oakland and so forth. The weather, as you can see, it's so sunny. It was so sunny for the few days I was there, but it was really windy and just a bit chilly. So at night, obviously the temperature dropped tremendously, so I had to dress a bit warmer. Lost my brother, boogie gunshots flying. The pain I'm feeling, got so much people crying. I've only been fishing just a couple times in my life, but I really enjoy it. So it was pretty cool to see a bunch of these fishermen setting up their rods on the pier and then having a bunch of hooks on them so that they can catch as many fish as possible on each of the rods. Although I did notice that there weren't any big fish being caught, it was still pretty cool. So we finally made it to Pier 39. This 20-minute walk or so felt like an hour, to be honest. Pier 39 has a lot of restaurants and shops, and it's definitely one of the main attractions in San Francisco. From the pier, you can also see Alcatraz Island, which was a federal prison that is now a museum and hosts daily tours. I didn't go see the tour this time around, but I definitely would love to see it in the future. The pier is also a popular spot for sea lions. They come to the pier to sunbathe, and it seems as though they put on a show for everyone watching. It's pretty cool. So I'm left-handed, and I was definitely intrigued to see that there was a left-handed store in San Francisco at Pier 39. So I was interested to see what they were selling there. And I mean, it wasn't all that interesting, to be honest. It was just a bunch of, like, as you can see, binders that were on the opposite side, but there was nothing that really stood out. Like, they really these cups were actually pretty cool because only a left-handed person could drink out of them, because if a right-handed person drank out of them, there was a hole and they would have spilt their drink on themselves. So that was the only interesting part about the store. Other than that, it seemed like a pretty big waste. So, if you don't already know, San Francisco is known for their sourdough bread, and this bread is so delicious. I am I love bread. Like, I am an advocate for all types of bread. I will try every type of bread there is in this world. I love bread. So, of course, I'm going to love this sourdough bread. And we went to the bakery and we got to watch them make the sourdough from scratch, and they make different things out of them. They made this alligator, which is pretty cool. Like, look at that. That's crazy. And they just bake different things out of the sourdough, and you can go in there and you can buy like cooking ware, you can buy coffee in there, you can buy loaves of bread and stuff. So it was pretty cool. So we continued our walk on this tour of the piers, and we got to the end, and there's a Ghirardelli factory, and so we definitely had to go stop and see the chocolate and see the chocolate factory. Like, who wouldn't want to go see that? So we walked, and there's actually a courtyard, and one store had all the chocolate that Ghirardelli sells from all seasons, all year long. And you can buy gift boxes and packages of all the chocolate your heart desires. And then the other side is, I guess, where the original factory is. And they set up like a little bakery shop where you can go and sit down and have some chocolate, have hot chocolate and have coffee and have tea, and basically take pictures of the factory, and they have different steps of how the chocolate is made. And to be honest, I wasn't that impressed by the setup. I thought it was gonna be a lot better, and I don't know, something out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So yeah, it's definitely something you can go and see and say you've been, but it wasn't something I would go see again. Let's just say that. And here it is. Strong can survive, not easy. Please believe me. Seek him deeply, and most I will provide. They tell me they're concerned, then I pass me in the middle of the night. They tell me they're concerned, then I fight up to mash up life. They tell me they're concerned, and I laugh when we call our rest up alright. They tell me they're concerned, then I rough up and clap up the future strive. It's like they want me to fall, they don't want me go nowhere at all. Working on from dusk till dawn. So, as if we weren't tired from all that walking we just did earlier in the day at the piers, we decided to go to a baseball game, the opening night at the Giant Stadium against the Nationals. And it was nice to see the Giant Stadium. It's right by the water, as you can see, so it was really cold. Really, really cold. I was not having it. It was cold. And as you can see, there's people in the water that sit in their boats and they wait for balls. So if somebody hits a home run, they wait and they try to catch it from their boat, which was a little bit crazy. Like, I could not do that. There's no way. It was just so cold. Look at, we're wearing jackets and hoodies. It was cold. And also, a lot of sports games have themes for their audience, and that night was Metallica night.
I'll take it. I will find you. I'll look for
you. 15 minutes later, that's a video. 15 minutes later,
Uber Chronicles.
They done. Cancel the trip on us. Cancel the trip on us.
We're going to Golden Gate Bridge area.
Okay.
Okay. Look, we was just typing this stuff.
Am I wrong for not even taking?
So my second, third time in San Francisco, and I finally have enough time to go see the Golden Gate Bridge, and I am so excited at this point. I'm so excited, like, I couldn't wait to go see this bridge. And so obviously it was pretty expensive to get there. So we decided to make it kind of like a hiking trip. And so yeah, we started at Fort Point, and we went up the hill, and it was no joke. It was not a walk in the park, but we did it, and it was definitely worth the walk. Definitely worth it.
Thanks my people, fear no evil, not only the strong can survive, not easy, please believe me, seek him deeply and most I will provide. They tell me they're concerned, then I pass in the middle of the night. They tell me they're concerned, then I fight up to mash up life. They tell me they're concerned, and I laugh when we call our Rastafari. They tell me they're concerned, then I rough up and craft up the future strive. It's like they want me to fall, no, they don't want me go nowhere at all. Working hard from dusk till dawn, gunshots and the moon are birds and calls. This is life we
Y'all, this is no joke. I'm so tired. Cardio's not where it should be. If I knew how to ride a bike, that would be me.
just trying.
Me I can teach them the Caribbean ways, that third world behavior. This is magic, introducing vibes to the world.
We finally made it to the Golden Gate Bridge after walking all those hills and hiking. We finally made it, and it is beautiful. I'm not even exaggerating. I hope that you guys can see how beautiful it is from these videos, because in person it is just mind-blowing. And it's just a bridge, but it's so beautiful. Like, just the landscape and how it's situated and everything around it, I think it's just so cool, and it's definitely a must-see when you go to San Francisco. Must see. If you don't do anything else in San Francisco, go see the Golden Gate Bridge. You will not be disappointed at all.
So we made it to the top of Fort Point. Definitely worth definitely worth. This was worse.
Shots on the moon are birds and calls. This is the life we live in. Got a whole bunch of people suffering. Break my heart, see you some dying. Holy falls, people crying. They tell me they're concerned, then I go swing in the middle of the night. They tell me they're concerned, then a fight up to mash up in life. Delta with a concern, and a laugh when we call our Rastafari. Delta with a concern, then I rough up and craft up the future strife.
Me I can teach them the Caribbean ways, that third world behavior. This is magic, introducing vibes to the world.
Oh my goodness.
This is crazy. Is this for real? Really? Who had time to do all this? This is crazy. And then people live over here, see? Right, taking pictures.
All the time.
Driving down. Oh, imagine how it looked going up though. I know, but like where they're standing and then looking up. No, it's okay. This video did justice, so we're good.
So I ended my trip in San Francisco with another baseball game. I'm really loving baseball, y'all. Really loving it. It's a different vibe being at the game. If you haven't been to a baseball game, I definitely should try it. But I'm so glad I went to San Francisco. I had so much fun. I got to do things and see things that I've always wanted to do. And it was just such a big blessing to be there. And if you haven't been, what are you waiting for? Definitely go out and see it. Go see San Francisco. There's a different vibe out there. The people are great. You definitely have a good time. So thank you all for watching and waiting all the way to the end. And I definitely can't wait to see you guys on my next adventure.